Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. What a blessing it is to be above ground and with you to be able to share hope, encouragement, and inspiration on this platform, which is acknowledged as Project 365. I am Portia Wheatley. I am the founder and the president of a nonprofit organization acknowledged as Trophy of Life Incorporated, where again we have the opportunity, the privilege, and the God assignment to render hope, encouragement, and inspiration to you, our audience across the whole wide world. It seems as though it just blesses me when I say across the whole wide world, because I know the many guests that we bring to this platform have come from different states across the country, as well as parts of the world. And we are grateful to God for all that he's doing for Project 365, the times that he encourages individuals by way of individuals who come on this platform, just the assignment period. We're doing what God says to do. And we're grateful for you, our audience, of coming and being a part of the conversation, being a part of the presentation, being a part of the broadcast, whatever you want to call it. We're so glad that you are here to actually be a part of what we're doing. Don't forget, please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, comment, like, tag, share, anything you can do to actually be a part of the team, but more so to spread the message across the world about hope, encouragement, and inspiration. Well, today, our brief topic for today is going to be about body language. Body language. What do you say without using words, but you use your body to communicate? Good, bad, or indifferent, what is it that you are saying when you are out and about, when you're in the home, when you're in the church, when you're on your job, wherever you go? Who are you representing? Now, of course, first and foremost, we represent Christ. Those that are believers, we represent Christ. But there are other times when you can go into a setting that you represent your business, you represent your boss, you represent the company, you represent your family. And I'm sure there are so many other ways that you can represent. And it's amazing how we can communicate just using our body. Sign language is amazing to me. How, by the time you do all of that and people really understand it, that's something I would like to learn. But it's amazing what we can say without opening our mouth. So I today want to encourage you to be mindful of the body language that we share with others, sometimes without even knowing it. But many times we do know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. But let's see. And you know what? We can't even put all the blame on COVID. Today's times, it is where we've gone into ourselves. So it's almost like an introvert to a certain degree. And because of the social distancing, we don't connect as much as we usually do, especially the touching. So we kind of back up. And whether we communicate when we back up, that's a communication as well. Okay, we're out and about because of COVID, and someone gets into your space, back it up, baby, back it up because of COVID. And that's a message right there. That means get out of my space. That's one thing. Let's talk about facial expressions. I have one really good friend, who, if someone approaches them, or they're in a, I'm thinking about the person, or they're in a setting and something just doesn't go, everything could be hunky-dory, everything could be good, really going well. And then if something is off, or if something, or that person says something that throws the situation off, or the atmosphere off, there are one of them. Let me see. No, that's both. I can't do it. But one of their eyebrows go up, and it's kind of like, okay, I hit a nerve or something. Communication. And in the people that know her, it is a her. The people that know her know when that button is pushed. So, but that's communication. And then there are times when you'll smile. Oh my God, a smile. That is the most beautiful thing a person, one of the most beautiful things a person can have, a smile. It's still body language from the head to the toe. Let's be mindful of smiling. I remember, because I worked in the school system for almost 20 years, and I worked in the administrative office where students, the only students that I worked with were students that got expelled, suspended, fighting, referrals, discipline. So by the time I finished, I'm like, look, you walk in my office, my face was already set. Don't play with me, okay? But that somewhere along the line, I remember I began to frown all the time. I'm like, I can't do that. I can't, it's not really me. I can't, I have to learn how to stop frowning. I had to learn that, how to stop frowning. And it could be a situation or something that's happened in your past life that calls you to frown a lot. But when I became mindful of the Christ that lives within me, or shall I say, when I became mindful of representing my family, when I became mindful of representing my mom, my husband, smiling became a part of me. First and foremost, Christ. But everybody, everybody with this audience, everybody doesn't know Christ. And I'm aware of that. But we can all smile. And it doesn't cost us anything to smile. We just think about where we are, what we're doing, who we're with. Sometimes those situations occur, or shall I say, because of who we're with, where we are, it can either cause you to frown or cause you to smile. But it's your thoughts. It's your thoughts. Do I choose to smile, or do I choose to frown? I remember when I first came to Kingdom, I oftentimes make this example to others. Pastor Tanya was always, love you, love you, love you. I'm like, that girl cannot have that much love in her. And then when I began to think of her character, her personality, and then I'm like, okay, I got some good stuff going on as well. And then I began to respond, love you, because it became a part of me. I had to choose in my thoughts and my thinking and be mindful of who I was representing. And I began to speak that love. And then actually, share that love that's within by my actions, my service to the community, my service to my church family, my service absolutely to my immediate family. But we have to be mindful of what we portray, what we give off to others, the vibes that we give off to others. Be mindful of it, because we're representing Christ. Yay, yay, we're representing Christ. And those that don't, you find some really, really nice people who may not have yet, I say it like that, have yet accepted Christ, but they're really nice people. And then on the flip side of that, you have believers that walk around with frowns on their face. Why? Why? And then really ask yourself, why do I do that? Because now, the times that we live in now, people aren't doing a lot of smiling. People are hurting. People are crying. People are in a depressed state. And I'm not putting that out there as to say that's where the hurt is coming from, although it is, that's the way things are going to be. Because when we think, and our thoughts always begin with good, bad, or indifferent. really bottom line, good, bad, and indifferent. And then we begin to think and our actions follow. So let's begin to think some good thoughts. Think some good thoughts. And it's not necessarily that you have to know the Bible from A to Z, or shall I say Genesis to Revelation. But just think on some good things. And before you know it, you're smiling. You're definitely smiling. It's amazing. I know the atmosphere that we can be in. Have you ever noticed, let me see, before I finish the face, you think about the smile. When we're out and about, we don't do a lot of touching because of COVID and social distancing. But when you're passing someone, smile. You still, it's not hard. It's not hard. But the thing is, just be mindful that that person that you're passing just may need a smile today. A real smile, not a fake smile, because I've seen some fake smiles. See, I like to touch the things people don't want to talk about. I've seen some fake smiles. They don't do me any good. I mean, hey, if it works for you, you do you, but it doesn't do me any good. And I hate to see it on other people that, because some people are watching you. Believe it or not, they're really watching you to see if you really mean what you are doing. If that smile is really genuine. Have you ever sat back and watched people? Sometimes you can learn a whole lot about just watching people, from just watching individuals. Your face, again, good, smile. Are you mad? Sad? And those two are different. Mad, sad, are you happy? Is there a question? And then, you know what? You keep on frowning. You're going to have, see that? See that? Right there? You're going to have them. You don't want them. You don't want them. Just keep smile, smile, smile. Okay. Our hands. Have you ever had someone to give you the finger, the middle finger? Communication. That's communication. The middle finger. You thought I was going to do it, didn't you? No, I'm not. The middle finger. Hands. Not saying a word, but that finger, that middle finger says a whole lot. That middle finger will get people killed. That middle finger will get people really mad, start fights. It does a lot. That just the middle finger. Or the pointer. Someone asks you a question, where? It can happen. I tell you, or with your hands, a way of saying, I'm done. I'm done. It can be, I'm done with a job, a happy job, I'm done. Or I'm done with this relationship, I'm done with you. It is what it is, but we have to be mindful, especially of that middle finger. Don't give anybody that middle finger. You can't do that. That's not nice. That's not nice. Pulse. Let's talk about pulse. This is a good one. But don't forget, we're talking about body language, and we're talking about be mindful of our body language. And I know couples have done this. Have you ever had an argument before you got out of the car and then you go into church? You're like, oh, happy. And you can tell that something is wrong. Something is up. Something is out of line. Just by the actions of individuals. Just by the action between the two of them. You know, snatching between a husband and a wife. Haven't said a word, but that snatch, it means a lot. And then when you get home, oh, it means a lot. But when you're mindful, just as something as simple as taking something from one hand to the other. And then don't let people see it, because people know something's going wrong. Something's not on the up and up. And it's not, believe me, it is not where we're judging. This is just the communication that our body has from head to toe. Remember, I said from head to toe. Children, you can look at a child and see if they are a happy child, a troubled child, a sad child, an outgoing child. You can look at them. Sometimes you can just tell by their facial expressions, many times, or again, their body language. It's amazing. And then adults, if we can handle what we have going on in our lives as adults, it would help children, or shall I say, even the next generation, understand what's going on with them. They have, if you don't have an understanding, we're just going to continue to repeat the cycle. But if we can be mindful, whatever actions that we give off, the vibes that we give off, let them be positive. Because the world has so much going on now, that God needs someone in the earth that's going to be able to share the love of God, share their actions, their facial expression. There's a message in your facial expression. There's a message in it without saying a word, even with the nod of the head. Think about it. And matter of fact, while I'm sharing, if you can think of a few others, put them in the comment section. Don't forget, Project 365 is not about Portia Elaine Stanley Wheatley. It's about the kingdom. It's not about Takira. It's about the kingdom. It's not about Trophy of Life. It's about the kingdom. So what I may have missed, come on, share it. Share your thoughts. We'll do this together. And don't forget your genuine smile. It's needed in this day, and it's necessary, definitely necessary. Whether it's in the church, in the street, in the grocery store, in your home. And I guess you say, why do I have to smile in my home? Because it's a sign of peace. It's a sign of being in a good place. It's a sign of positivity. It's a sign that is needed and necessary. Definitely needed and necessary. Our body, there is even of nonverbal communication with our bodies. Is like, Wanda, can you see that? It's like I'm all to myself. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. So are we approachable? I can still be like this and have a smile, and that lets me know, or shall I say, lets the other person know, yeah, you can approach me. I'm okay. I'm good. But with the arms folded, that means don't do it. Don't. And my face says the same thing. Don't do it. My husband and my boys used to say when I got upset, I didn't say a lot, but my nostrils would open up even further than what they are. It would open up. And they were like, don't touch mom, don't. And that was body language. It wasn't the best. It wasn't good. It wasn't pleasant. It wasn't representing Christ, but I did it, and I learned. I'm a work in progress, but I learned not to do that, Body language. It's amazing what people can, what message people can get just from our body language. And then you think, let's go back to the body again. The actual physical body. We're talking about like move over, get out of my space. You come and sit with someone, and then they move over, you move over. But I mean, that could be a good thing, especially with social distancing, but it's still communicating. Okay, you're too close, or I don't want to sit beside you, or I'm not dealing with you today. It's your space. It's your space. But don't forget, be mindful of what we put out there to people just by our body language. But let us start with a smile. Let us start with a smile. Let me say, your feet. I guess you say, what can you do with your feet? For one, the body language, put your foot out. Put your foot out if someone is coming your way. That's either stop or you just want to trip them and make them fall. Hey, I think I've done both. Somewhere in my life, I've done both. But it is just stop or make them fall. Don't forget, I said I was a work in progress. Don't forget that. Anywho, but I'll tell you that the communication that we do, the communication that we deal with today, please just be mindful of the fact that we are giving off vibes, good, bad, or indifferent. What are we passing on to our children? What are we passing on to the next generation? What legacy are you leaving, but leaving for your family? I know my husband he was a smiler. I'm like, and spoke to everybody. If someone would come past the house in our neighborhood, if they came by 50 times, guess how many times Deacon Wheatley would speak? I know it don't take you long to think about that one. And people would ask, well, the boys would ask him, Dad, do you know them? No, don't know them. And then I remember going to school to the, was it the disciplinary office or was it the guidance office? And if I had to go to the school, someone put in the comment section who I had to go to school for. And I know which son did I have to go to school for? I'm gonna give you a minute to do that. I had to go to school. We had to go to school. My husband and I had to go to school to see about a situation that occurred with one of our sons. Now you tell me in the comment section which son we had to go to the school for. But anyway, when we got there, the guy said, don't you live in our neighborhood? And of course, we answered to the positive. He said, yes, I see you waving at everyone when they come by. I mean, baby would be mowing the lawn, a car, bam. And many times he didn't even look up when he was about doing something. And the other thing, he was always cleaning his car. So that was a conversation piece. Never had to actually stop and ask a person, what is your name? That communication, that over the years, and he became known as the guy that would wave to everyone in the neighborhood. Nonverbal communication. It is amazing. Let's see what we can do with nonverbal communication or the body language that we put out to people. Are you loving? Are you caring? Are you mad? Are you sad? With this social distancing, let's make our body language a positive way of communicating. All right? Be mindful of the message that we're giving off to others. Let it be one of Christ. And then let it be where it could be a conversation piece. You do what you desire to do in a nonverbal communicative way. You do it long enough, it's going to be a conversation piece. And someone would have to ask, what is your name? And there becomes an opportunity to talk about Christ. Don't push it on them, but the opportunity comes along when we are willing and obedient to do what needs to be done to get the message out there. Well, I just thought about that. You know, I'm getting ready to close because now I'm thinking some of the things that I need to do for myself in this non-communicative way to let Christ be shown in my life. All right. I love me some you, Project 365. To our audience, God bless you. Please be mindful of the body language that we portray or we put out there or we experience, the body language that people could pick up on, good, bad, or indifferent. The body language. What can we say without using our words? And how can we represent Christ with our body? With our body. Clapping of the hands, giving praise to God, and dancing with our feet. That is the best. All right. I love you. God bless you. And we will see you on tomorrow. Listen at this. Check this out. You have to come in tomorrow. Tomorrow is, I'm going to put it out there. I don't care. Takira Swan's birthday. Guys, you got to be here. I am interviewing Takira. She's always interviewing someone else. So I am going to interview Takira on her birthday. We're going to drill her, but in a good way. All right. We want to make sure the birthday celebration comments come in. We love you, Takira Swan. God bless you, everyone. And we will see you tomorrow on Takira Swan's birthday. All right. Bye-bye.